So Kip was in the Delta Force, he was in the AG Corps of the Army, and he was working for General Maude, kind of as a secretary. They were getting ready for a meeting with this General Maude right before the plane hit. And two other guys who we worked with came into his office. They were gonna go grab some donuts for the meeting. And they asked my dad to join, and he said, I can't, I'm really busy. I need to, work on a couple more things to get ready for this meeting, but I'll see y'all there. Well, the gentlemen were at the donut shop when the plane hit, and the donut shop was on the other side of the Pentagon. And had my dad gone with them, he would still be alive today. Where the plane hit was almost directly where his office was. We call our biological parents by their first name just because I think it's easier when we're telling stories. So Kip and Nancy. Kip was our dad, Nancy was our mom. And then we call our parents now, our adopted parents, Mom and Papa. Our dads, Kip and Dean, our adopted father, were brothers growing up. And so Kip passed away, obviously not planned, pretty last minute. And then when Nancy got diagnosed with cancer, she had months to figure out who she wanted to take her kids. And she chose her in-laws. So Kip's brother and then his wife, and that's now our parents. And so even though I don't have Nancy to tell me this is how much you're like your dad, in a way it's like my mom and dad know Kip better than she did because they knew him. I mean, my dad knew him since they were born, and my mom did since she was 18 years old. This one's kind of neat. I want to say 4th or 5th grade, probably like 9 or 10 years old, in there somewhere. I remember sitting down in my dad's office at our old house, and he had a bunch of Army memorabilia just on his bookshelves and things, and we just started talking, and I think that was the first point that I really understood what 9/11 was and the relationships and the sacrifice that they made to adopt my brother and I. That's me right there. That's my older brother, and then obviously Mom and Dad. I think the thing that I miss the most and I get the most sad about is just like not knowing who they were as people, because I know from the stories I've heard and the things I've read and just what they did in their lives, like how good of people they were and how amazing and how influential they would have been on my life. I have a picture of our biological parents in my truck. So I mean, however often I drive, I at least see them that often and think about them. With me being in the Army, that's kind of part of it's following my dad's footsteps, and it's something that's important to me, so I think about him. You always think about the what ifs. Like, where would I be right now if 9/11 hadn't happened, if my mom hadn't gotten cancer? Would my mom have gotten cancer if 9/11 didn't happen? Like, was the stress on her body through all of that what caused her cancer to grow so rapidly? I don't know. And we'll never know. But it's just interesting to think about, like, how different would my life be? But it's also like, I'm not complaining about my life at all. Considering what happened, I have the best possible outcome. So I guess my whole outlook on it is try to find the positives in everything, because if you don't, the way I kind of see it is these men attacked America and they killed almost 3,000 innocent people and really messed up their families. But by me just being depressed and sad about what could have been, now I'm letting them win even more.